Good day to all my respected guests, friends, and family members all around the world. My name is Sam. Welcome everyone to today's iLead System online course with the topic of Iteracare, most frequently asked question and answer. And I would like to take this opportunity to appreciate Prime International and also iLead System for leading us to have better health and better wealth. And our speaker for today is all the way from Malaysia. He has a background of physical education, sports science, health, and also wellness. Please welcome Iteracare Product Advisor, Mr. Soma.
Good day, good evening, and welcome to all our respected guests from all around the world. And happy Eid to those who are celebrating Eid festival. Thank you, Mr. Sam.
Yeah, I think, are you ready to start our session today, Mr. Sam?
Yes, I'm ready, Mr. Sam.
Okay, that's right. So I think today we are going to learn together from the most frequently asked questions by all our distributors and our users all around the world. After these compilations, then we're going to go through it one by one. Then we're going to together learn from our product advisor, Mr. Soma. So the first question is, which is commonly asked by our distributor out there is, what is terahertz energy actually, Mr. Soma?
The terahertz energy, Mr. Sam. Before this, there used to be a terahertz gap on the electromagnetic spectrum. People really didn't know how to make use of that energy, and so you didn't see much devices when using that technology. But in the last 3 decades, people have found a use for it, and now more and more users are being found. And terahertz energy actually has found a specific place on the electromagnetic spectrum. And the electromagnetic radiation is in the frequency range from roughly 0.1 terahertz to 10 terahertz. And what's the beautiful part about the terahertz energy is helping so much with health compared to the other energy sources.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Soma. And also the other one we're talking about, a commonly asked question would be, what is the difference between terahertz and also infrared?
Now, the main differences between the both is that the terahertz waves, they have a lower frequency, they have a longer wavelength, they have a lower quantum energy, and lesser heating issues. Basically, you can use it for a longer time, and it is also harmless but very powerful. These are the main differences between the both.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Soma. And also, what are the benefits of terahertz compared to other electromagnetic wavebands?
Now, basically, when you look at the electromagnetic spectrum, there are so many wavelengths there, different frequencies. Now, they all play a part in our lives. For example, radio communication, imaging, medical X-ray, and so many other users. But when it comes to terahertz energy, now what's happening is they're helping at the molecular level. They're helping with rotational, vibrational, intermolecular, intramolecular. So it's getting right to the center of health, right, to the tissues. And also, they are harmless but powerful. They are non-ionizing, which makes them useful. They can penetrate most organic substances. They are easily absorbed by water, and also plays a part as to how it works in the body. And it's definitely, as what Albert Einstein has said, it's a future of medicine, which you have it presently in your midst, in your hands.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Soma. And also a very commonly asked question will be, because this is considered about the technology, right? So there are many asking about, is it safe to use terahertz on humans?
There are many now, research which has been done on humans. And basically, if you look at the two, there are some reports which says it is not so good. But if you look closely, if you are using low frequency, then they are harmless but powerful, and they are non-ionizing. And some of the researchers For example, there was one from South Korea. Basically, what they did was they used high frequency to see what happens, and then they found that it's not so good. So you need to look at what exactly is the focus of those research. And then now, presently, more and more research is being done. And so far, no one has given any negative testimonies. And as I said earlier, terahertz radiation is non-ionizing. It doesn't steal electrons from the atoms and molecules of the tissues of your body. And it is considered to be safe for humans at low frequencies. And we are finding that more and more devices which are using this terahertz energy is coming out into the market.
All right, Mr. Soma.
Yes.
And the next one, yep. Can terahertz treat sickness?
We actually do not claim to be able to treat or cure or heal patients or individuals, because basically, what is that? It is a privilege of doctors and licensed professionals to use those words, especially cure, heal, even for that matter, calling it a physiotherapy device. We do not use those terms, and we do not claim to be able to treat or cure patients or individuals. Now, what basically we're doing is the Iteracare blower is a therapeutic device, and it helps with natural healing. All right, it focuses a lot on the meridians, chakras, acupuncture, anatomic and reflexology points. And basically, if you know the physiology of your body, human physiology, then you will understand what's actually happening when you start using this device and how it is actually helping you.
Okay, thank you,
Yes.
Mr. Soma. And
Yeah.
also this question, I think is very many times they have asked over in the groups and so on. How many times do a person need to blow by using Iteracare in a day?
Basically, many of them are using once a day, which is already good enough. That means it's already helping people. But in some cases where the problem is more chronic, people are even using up to 3 times in a day. Now, if you're going to use about 3 times in a day, even 2 times, twice in a day, allow 4 hours in between each treatment before you do the next one. So basically, that's it.
All right, Mr. Soma. And also, I think this is also a very commonly asked questions. They're asking about how long, about what they call it, the lifespan of Iteracare. How long can it last?
Now, basically, I mean, what the company tells you is it should last at least 3 to 5 years. And then it also depends a lot on how you handle it. And of course, it comes with a 1-year warranty. Make sure you register your warranty upon purchasing this device in your back office. And what do you call that? Now, there are some things you should not do. For example, drop the device, shake the device, because it contains glass inside. And do not allow water to enter when it's hot, because you can shatter the glass. And allow the device to cool before actually storing it again. And the device should be able to last you, as we say, handle the device with care, and it's going to help you a lot.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Soma. And also the other one, Iteracare is made in China. Will there be any quality issue?
Now, basically, when people hear that a product is coming from China, normally they quickly assume that it's going to be of inferior quality. You actually couldn't blame them, because when we go to the night markets and the day markets, we see lots of China stuff, China products, where you actually purchase them quite cheap. So, of course, when you want to pay less, you get inferior products, and they're designed not to last. But when you want, what do you call that, good products, quality products, it comes at a price. And if you look at where this product comes from, Now, basically, the technology is from the Chinese Academy of Science, all right, Sciences and Sinochem, and the product is patented, and it has lots of certification, and the manufacturers are Dishang, also another reputable company who produce quality products. But of course, it is expected that normally any electrical devices or equipment, they have about 3% range where they could be faulty. And if it happens to you, duly inform the company, send it back, and they will do the necessary. Either they will rectify the problem or they will replace a device for you if it is manufacturing default. And if you see now presently, now China is focusing a lot on 6G technology, on terahertz technology. They've assigned many scientists, researchers on projects on terahertz and coming up with lots of devices. And this device, Iteracare, is one of those devices, which is what they call it, a combination of the Chinese Academy of Sciences and Disha.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Soma. And also, when is the best time to use the blower? Daytime or nighttime?
Now, basically, I would put that at you can blow any time of the day. It doesn't matter. It does. I mean, it's okay. But the important thing is here is that you shouldn't be rushing. You shouldn't be rushing. You should find time for yourself where you can at least spend 20 minutes on one particular area where you need help. Now, what we are finding, some people are using it and saying, I have used them and I do not find it effective for me. Upon further questioning, we find that they are blowing the whole body in 20 minutes. Now, obviously, it is not going to affect you much, but if you focus on certain areas for about 20 minutes, take your time because your body needs to relax, get that energy going inside you, and then you will start seeing changes.
Okay, Mr. Soma,
Right.
got the information. Yeah, thank you. And also, is there any side effect if we overblow?
Normally, we tell people the side effect, there's only one side effect. Now, what's happening is people are getting better. All right, if we call that a side effect. And it comes to overblowing. Now, this is not like some other, what do you call it, medication where if you take too much, it's going to affect you. Now, what's basically happening is every time you use it, it is doing a little bit more work on your body, on your tissues. And people have even used up to 50, 60 minutes with no side effects, except for improvements. And for a minimum amount of time, to see some changes, 15 to 20 minutes will be good. And you should also give the body time to recover, especially if you have a chronic problem, and also if you are using it more than once a day. So I would say that this is what's happening to them.
All right, Mr. Soma. Okay, and then what is the minimum age to use Iteracare?
Basically, you do not have a minimum age. Even infants, and sort of like parents are using it on them, and especially so for elderly people, there is no age limit because basically it is working at the cellular molecular level. As long as it is, it can help you in those areas, it can be used.
All right, Mr. Soma. Okay, and then how long can a person use the blower each time?
Normally, you will see changes. If you want to see changes, use for a minimum of 20 minutes at least on one particular area. There are people who use it much longer, even they've used even up to 1 hour. The important thing is, what do you call it, the Iteracare device, Iteracare Classic device. It has a auto cutoff switch. So if you use it continually for up to about 60 minutes, then it is too hot, then it will cut off. And once it's cooled down, then you can reuse it again. Ideally, use it for about 15 to 30 minutes. Stop for a short while, let it cool, then use again. But with the Iteracare Pro, you can use it for long hours without any problems continuously.
Okay, Mr. Soma. And then I think the other question must be coming from those who are maybe regularly taking health food and so on. They are asking, yeah, since Iteracare is so good, do I still need to take supplements or health food?
The body doesn't work on only one source of input. So now when you talk about supplements, it's a completely different area. And it's just like a car where many people think that the car runs only on petrol, gas, right? So now basically, if you look deeper, you will find that it also uses gear oil, steering oil, what do you call it, brake oil, and all of them are necessary to keep the car going. So similarly, besides this device, supplements may be necessary if, let's say, your food intake, your diet is bad. So they complement whatever you're missing on that aspect. Because when you're talking about supplements, you're talking about your diet, you're talking about vitamins, minerals, and the like. So which is definitely a different area from what we are doing. So you can continue taking if it is helping you, but depends on what you're looking at. All right. And the blower works on the therapeutic level, whereas the supplements and healthy food help on the nutritional aspect.
All right, Mr. Soma. Yeah. And then the other commonly asked question will be, after using and solving a person problem, do that person still need to continue using the blower?
Now, basically, you may have started using the blower because you have had a problem which has been there for some time and you had problems overcoming it. You may have looked for alternative treatments, various treatments, but you couldn't solve the problem. And then now you managed to solve that problem by using this device. Now, since so what could have happened is you could have come to that stage because something is happening which is not working right for you, and this device has overcome that problem for you. Now, what you would be doing is, now once you have come to a certain health condition, manageable health condition, now you're actually stopping something which has been helping you. So now what is going to happen is, if you're doing the same thing that you were doing before, your body is slowly going to go back to what it was before. So if you wish to maintain that, then probably you need to continue using this device unless you know what is your problem and you have solved that problem, right? So if your body can solve the problem by itself, then you definitely do not need the blower, because now the body can do that. But because the body cannot do that, so you are seeking the help of this device to help you maintain that health.
Yeah, I think I agree with you, Mr. Soma, because Iteracare actually is a very good alternative to be tapped in our daily healthcare program. Yeah,
definitely. Every day, blow and you see changes.
Okay. And then the other one was asking, how many times do a person need to blow to see the results?
Now, basically, as I said, a person has a condition. You may have that condition for over the years, right? For some time. And just blowing once or twice is going to give you relief, but it's definitely going to cure the entire problem. You're not going to recover your initial health. Now, what you need to do is keep blowing until you see some permanent results. And 5 to 15 times is a good number to start with. All right. So whether it's 5 to 15 times or 5 to 15 days, we are using it daily. And it also depends a lot on how chronic your problem is. If your condition is more chronic than the rest, then definitely you're going to be blowing more than the other people.
Yeah, I see. I think, Mr. Soma, I do agree that because certain people may take longer time. Yeah, but then certain
Definitely.
people, because of their body reaction, maybe they can see the result even in 3 to 5 days. So
Yes.
that's why we keep on saying, as long as you keep on using the product persistently, consistently, definitely you're going to feel the improvement, right?
Definitely.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Soma.
Yeah.
And also the other question, I think this is also commonly asked by many disputers. They are comparing our Iteracare with hair dryer because they're saying hair dryer is blowing out hot air too. Is our Iteracare blower the same as a hair dryer?
Now, basically, people who have been using the common hair dryer, many of them are also suffering from hair problem. Either their hair is, they're losing their hair, or it's receding, or it's thinning. So if it's the same, then it wouldn't be the case, all right? But people who have been using the Iteracare device are reporting that now the receding hairline is going back, the hair is getting thicker, and they are not losing hair as before. So definitely there's something different. Now basically the difference is that this device also blows terahertz energy and a target light. Besides, you can control the heat, right? Whereas the hair dryer does not give you the terahertz energy. And the magic in this device is the terahertz energy, which the common blowers do not have, all right? In fact, many ladies now are using the Iteracare blower to blow their scalp and hair. And they're finding that their scalp and hair is getting stronger and also the hair getting thicker and with less hair fall, right? So the continuous use of the normal hair dryer might in fact cause further damage in the long term, right? It's a good idea to start using the Iteracare device to blow your hair, which many are already doing.
All right, Mr. Soma.
Yeah.
And the next one is, I think this one, I think maybe probably the question also come from the friends on the line. They're actually asking how to prove there is energy when you use the blower.
Now, it's going to be very difficult to answer this question because you cannot see what you're blowing. You can only feel the heat. And then, of course, you can see the blue light. And in the factory, they have devices which can measure the amount of terahertz energy. And it is going to cost you a lot if you're going to buy that device. So basically, we do not have a device in the market which can test this. But what you can do is, what do you call that? You can do a simple energy test. Now, I've actually put a video on the on YouTube to help people if in case they need to do this test. Now, basically, if you do this energy test, you will know whether you have an Iteracare device or just a hair dryer which is blowing hot air. You will know the difference.
Yeah, you can see the difference, right?
Yes.
Okay, and the other ones, we are talking about using Iteracare to charge our water. Because the person was asking that the person was told to also drink charged water. How does the charged water help?
Now, basically, whatever is happening when you use this Iteracare device on your body is being transferred to the water when you are charging it. Now, the most important thing which happens to the water is the clusters. The water is in a cluster form. The molecules are in cluster form, and these clusters are broken. They become linear, right? Now, when this happens, it easily enters the cells. More than 90% of the water is now going to enter the cell. People don't realize that they take water for granted, right? Drinking of water, they take it for granted. They are not drinking enough. And with the water which they are drinking, not all the water actually enters their cells. So what's happening is they're almost continuously being dehydrated and their cells become inert and dormant. So they cannot function optimally. So now when you charge the water and you drink the water, the clusters are broken, they're easily accessible by the cells, and they bring along terahertz charge, which is compatible to the cells in the body. All right. So now what's happening is the cells, they actually need very simple few things. All they're asking is, please give me water inside my system. Please give me the energy I need to function optimally. So when you charge the water, this happens to the cell. It gets hydrated and it gets the energy it wants, and it starts being activated. It starts working, starts functioning optimally, and then you see the changes to your health. All right. And when they function optimally, they start bringing back the body to as best possibly as they can. All right. And this is when the person feels a relief and recovery.
Yeah. All right, Mr. Soma. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
And also, when is a good time to drink the charged water?
Now, if you ask me, there's no one good time because you should be drinking it throughout the day. So you should actually be replacing the normal water with charged water, because you're starting the day on the right foot. That means you're energizing your body, and you will find that throughout the day you're going to have lots of energy. Drink throughout the day, the whole day, from morning, the first thing in the morning, you're drinking this water, and every time you drink this, you're going to see that it's going to do something more for you. Do not gulp the water down. Take it in sips, all right? Because when you sip, it goes in immediately into your cells, and it works fast. And people have reported. Now, for example, there are housewives who have been telling that when they start cooking in the morning, they have to stop for a while in the afternoon, get some rest, so tiring, and then in the afternoon they are so listless, energyless, and they couldn't do anything else. But now, upon drinking this water from morning, they find that they can complete their cooking even faster, because they do not have to stop to rest. And they find that in the evening they do not have to sleep, and they still have the energy to do their gardening. So this is what's happening to people who are drinking this water throughout the whole day.
Wow, that's fantastic, right? The energized water keep them activated. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, the other one, talking about the charged water. Can a person use the water from the tap to be charged?
Now, definitely, we see as long as it's drinkable water, water which is clean and safe enough to drink. Any water which is clean and safe to drink can be used. Now, if we see in the US, water from the tap is very clean, where people actually drink from the tap. Now, but you see in some other countries, the tap water needs to be cleansed as well. It still contains sediments, the bacteria, and chlorine and whatnot. So many people use filters. So you can also use the filtered water, and some of them actually buy water from the supermarkets. You can also use that water. And what I'm trying to say is you can use any water as long as it's safe to drink for you. It is clean enough for you to drink. You charge the water and drink that water.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Soma. And the other one, I think we're talking about the healing crisis, right? Because as I understood that when a person using the Iteracare device, there could be a period that the user can undergo, which is called a healing crisis process. Can you please explain a little about this?
Now, basically, this happens in alternative medicine, right? In alternative medicine, you see a lot of this. It doesn't matter what kind of alternative medicine. Now, what happens is there's a period when the cells become activated again. And when the cells become active, whatever is being there over the years, being collected in your cells, they remove them. Okay, it is being cleared. Now, when they remove them, you feel as though the symptoms briefly worsen. All right, that means it becomes worse than what it was before. And many people actually they get scared, right? They get scared because they feel that upon using this device, their condition is not improving, but it's getting worse. But actually, what's happening is a healing crisis. All right, some may call it an aggravation, a detox reaction, or a cleansing reaction. All right, now basically what it means is it's a worsening of symptoms after beginning a treatment until a period when most of whatever is unwanted by the body is cleared. And then you will find that things stabilize and things improve after that. The curve is for improvement. All right. And this has got to be told to all those who are using the Iteracare device, and especially to those who are recommending it to friends, because some of your friends may have chronic problems. They will be definitely experiencing this, and you definitely need to inform them that this can happen. Otherwise, after about 2 or 3 times using it, they might just put it aside because they might think that it's making it worse.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Soma.
Yeah.
And I think we can consider this healing crisis as also like recovering effects. That means seems like the body start to get a reaction or the improvement after using the device, right?
Yeah. Now, basically, the cells over the years, as I explained earlier, because they do not receive what they require. Now, for example, you have the best carpenter in your area coming to your house. He wants to repair your door. Unfortunately, he doesn't bring his tools, or he doesn't have his tools. Now, you have the best carpenter in your place, but he cannot do his job because he doesn't have the tools. Now, similarly, your cells are the best machines in the world, and to help you recover your health, but you need to give them what they require. Unfortunately, not many people are aware of this, and they are unable to give what it requires. Now, what it is asking is basically to be hydrated. You need to get the water into the cells. Secondly, you need to give them energy. So once you start giving them that, they become, so earlier, they are inert and dormant. So they start collecting a lot of waste, toxins, and the like. And then disease sets in. Now, when you start activating them back, what happens is now they try to keep the body as best as possible. So all these waste and toxins are removed, and the disease state slowly reverses. All right, and this Iteracare device helps you with that process. All right, they start functioning better. They start bringing the water inside, and that's when you start seeing, all these changes.
All right, Mr. Soma. And then talking about this recovering effect or healing crisis, that's many, quite number of what they call it. There are certain people, they are saying that they kind of feeling like why they get this feeling like feeling hot or feeling cold, which is a kind of healing crisis to them. The reason behind?
Okay, now basically different people, they feel different things because they have different conditions. Now, some of them might feel itchiness, some of them might feel some pain, some of them might even have rashes, all right? So different conditions actually bring different reactions. Now, basically, some of them might be feeling hot, all right? There could be some heatiness in the body, all right? So it's clearing that. And some of them might be feeling cold. Touch certain areas, they are cold. Now, probably it could be poor circulation in the body, all right? Upon using this device, you find that it gets warmer. And also, what do you call that? Upon using it, they find that they have a certain amount of itchiness, right? Which was not there before. And one of the reasons are because now there is increased circulation in that area, all right? So it's starting to flood all those vessels, micro vessels, and you find that there's some itchiness there. And there are some people who also find that there's some bloating, right? So the stomach, you find it bloated. Now they could have had gastrointestinal tract, which has been filled with air or gas, and now it's trying to get released, right? And numbness. There are also some who are having numbness. Now, basically, this is because of neuropathy. It could be because of damage to the nerves. It could be because of the chi flow, which is blocked somewhere and which is not good. So they might have some numbness. Now, many people have overcome that problem. My good friend, who is 73 years old this year, he has overcome the numbness problem by just blowing and drinking the water. And people have also found a rheumatic pain with poor blood circulation. And then You might also feel pain where you have blockage of meridians or blood clots in vessels. And upon using this, when it clears, then you find relief. And sweating, some people also sweat. It's also a sign of detoxification. Now, I have had people who have had a kidney problem, who have never sweated for some time now. They have not gone, they have not urinated for some time. And now, upon using this and drinking this water, they find that now they are sweating again. And now it is able to bring out lots of toxins from the body. Now, the body was turning a little bit dark, faces were beginning to be a bit dark. And then upon sweating and urinating and the toxins being able to come out, I find that the skin color is slowly changing for what it was before. And some people have also, what do you call that, red rash, all right, red rash on their body.
Yeah, the rashes, yeah.
Yes, rashes. It's also a sign of skin detoxification. Now, basically what happens is the body has about 5 ways how it clears these toxins. Now, definitely the first one is urinating, second one is sweating, and the third one is you do a big business. Now, if all this doesn't work well, that means you're not doing it as often and as good as it's supposed to be. That means basically you're not drinking the water enough for you to urinate. So then the body might have some rashes. It's a sign of, it's trying to clear the toxins. You're not helping it with urinating, sweating. So it has to come out in some way. So it shows it's in the form of rashes. And some people also urinate frequently. It removes excess water. The body is a beautiful machine where it's always trying to maintain homeostasis, right? So if you drink enough water, it knows how much to remove and maintain that homeostasis. And in the process, it helps to remove a lot of toxins, right? And some people are also, they get this fever because when the toxins and even if you have some bacteria in your body, so they make your blood a little bit acidic and you feel a little bit feverish. Once all that is cleared, then you find that you are much better, all right? And some of them also find that some of them who had chronic sicknesses, then they find that they are like under control with medication, and suddenly they find that they have a, what do you call it, a recurrence of this chronic sickness. And they are wondering why, what is happening now? I thought everything was under control, and now I'm having this recurrence. Now, what's happening is the body is clearing, is detoxifying itself, getting rid of all those problems which you're having, and you find that for the temporary period, it's as if like you are having a recurrence of the problem. And some of them also find that they are a little bit dizzy, right? They have dizziness. Now, basically, the chi energy and also poor blood circulation, especially to the area inside the head, right? Blood needs to go there. It is unable to go there. And of course, another reason could be when you use this device, it opens up the vessels. The vessels could be constricted. The vessels could be hardened. So it opens them up. And what happens is there's a sudden rush to areas which were not receiving good circulation. And you might also find some dizziness. And there are some who also feel as if that something is moving around in the body, especially the stomach, right? If you feel like something moving, now normally it's associated with your chi energy moving smoothly, the smoothness of the meridians, all right? And in gynecological issues, right? Where there are certain people who are also finding discharge because basically what's happening is areas where it was not healthy, when it becomes healthy, it has to get rid of whatever the problem was there. And when it comes out, definitely you're going to have an issue until it is cleared up, all right? So in various ways, you might have inflammation, discharge, all kinds of things there. All right. And then as a, what do you call it, a conclusion, all right? Now continue using the blower, even though you may feel uncomfortable for some time initially, all right? Initially, people find all kinds of issues. Just keep on going. You will find that things change after some time. Now, drink plenty of water, especially water charged by this device before and after the treatment. It's going to help you because the water plays an important part. It needs to get into the cells in those areas where you're actually focusing on. And the drinking that water after the treatment actually helps you bring out more toxins from the body. And chronic disease actually come from accumulation over time. It's not like it just happened yesterday or last month or last year. It comes over a period of time where the body is accumulating because the cells are inert or dormant and they are unable to do anything. Now, suddenly you're giving it what it needs, it's becoming active again, and it starts working optimally, and it starts clearing. So give the body time to recuperate. Let the cells do their work. They're clearing and clearing and clearing, and you will find the changes. Right? And the recovery is different for different people. No two persons are the same. Even two diabetic persons are not the same. All right. So you cannot compare one to the other. Each person has their own issue, and let the body heal itself. All right. Give it time. All right. It's working. It has begun to work. Give it time. When you drink, it's working from the inside, and you use the device, it's working from the outside, focusing on areas where you need speedier recovery. And be patient. All right. This is not a miracle. It is science. But of course, many people find it a miracle because after you're trying so many various methods, you find that this method is working by the will of God. All right. And by the will of God, miracles do happen. All right. So also ask for his blessings and guidance and use this device, and you should see changes in yourself.
Yeah, thank you very much, TBB, sharing from Mr. Soma about the useful information and also about talking about the healing crisis, right? That means if anyone who encounter this, because I think maybe some minority of them have this issue, but then so if they have this, don't be worried because this is a process and it shows that it start to get improvement, right, Mr. Soma?
Yes,
the improvement has started and the device starts working to let the cell start working to have the kind of process of becoming better. So I think this information is crucial to let all the users know in advance that in case they encounter this, then they can just still proceed with it and have patience. The cure is still patient. Definitely going to see the result, right?
Yes, true.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Soma. And the other one we're talking about recently in Mr. Soma about your weekly sharing about Iteracare products. You've been mentioning a lot about how water can play an important role in our health. Even in your conclusion just now, you have mentioned about it. Can you please explain a little bit more about this?
All right. Many people take water for granted. They feel that the little bit of water which they drink daily is sufficient. Now, as I've told earlier, the water out there, whichever water which you're drinking, is in cluster form and doesn't have energy. So even that little bit of water, if it doesn't get into your system, then you're done for. So now what happens is, under normal circumstances, water which you're drinking, only about 30 to 50% actually enters your cells. So which is really not enough to help yourselves. Now what is happening is, when you charge and drink that water, now more than 90% of the water is now entering your cells, hydrating it very well, bringing it the energy it needs, right? So actually, yes, recently I have been emphasizing a lot about the importance of water to people's health, because half of the problems people face begins with the lack of water they consume, because they just take it for granted. They are definitely not drinking enough, and they are not drinking the quality water which has to work for them, which has to enter the cells, which has to bring in the energy. All right. So they should start putting a little bit more importance to their water intake. It is not going to cost them anything. You do not have to go and buy anywhere. You do not have to waste your money. All you have to do is charge and drink, and it's going to do wonders for you.
All right, Mr. Soma.
Yeah.
And when the time we talk about the water intake, what would you suggest, Mr. Soma?
Now, basically, you can drink any kind of water as long it is clean and drinkable, safe and drinkable water, right? Even water from your tap, your water filters, or even if you bought the water from the supermarkets should be fine, all right? As long as they are clean and safe and drinkable, all right? Now, the important thing here is the water should find its way into our cells, and they should contain the energy our cells need. So all it takes is if you have the device, or all of you who have the device, charge the water, drink that water. You will definitely see changes, and give it to everyone in the family, your loved ones, your friends. You're helping everybody with their health, and it's definitely a blessing for you. All right. So charge that water, and make sure you're drinking enough water. All right. Now, for me, I would suggest a minimum of 2 liters a day, because some may say, oh no, I've been drinking 8 ounces, which I read somewhere, and all those things. Now, basically, if you look at the body, the 2 liters of water which you are drinking is used for its basic utilities. We shall talk about the utilities later. Now, it is using for the utilities. Now, it needs more than that to actually work on your body. All right. So now, if you're not drinking that water, even that very bare minimum of 2 liters, then the body is definitely going to have to run into problems, because it needs the water to do a lot of things. Even your cytoplasm needs about 80% water. The organelles in the cytoplasm, they depend on the water to maintain their structure, the membrane structure, and also to do what they do best. Even like the mitochondria in your cytoplasm, they are the ones who provide you energy. Now, people say, I'm listless, I'm tired, but they do not drink enough water, and because of that, the cytoplasm doesn't have enough water, and they are unable to produce the energy you require. All right. So drink a minimum of 2 liters, drink quality water, drink the charged water, and you will definitely start seeing changes.
All right, Mr. Soma.
Yes.
So are you saying that the Iteracare actually helps the body recover its health?
No, basically, I would not say Iteracare is helping. I will also not say that terahertz energy is helping, because what's happening is, basically the body is a beautiful machine, God-given machine, the best machine. It is always trying to heal itself, recover itself as best as it can. All right. Now, unfortunately, what's happening is, what do you call it? We are not giving the body what it requires at the very basic level. You can take all the supplementation in the world. You can expensive supplementation, but what the body requires is for the water to be there to be able to take in this supplementation and do the rest. And they will work even better, right? And that is what people are not doing. All right. So you need to get that water there. So now basically what's happening is, Iteracare, the device Iteracare, and the terahertz energy, they provide an environment, a condition which is conducive for the cells to to be able to function optimally. Now they have what they require. They start functioning optimally. They are activated, and they set about doing what they do best, bringing back recovery for your health.
All right, thank you, Mr. Soma, and thank you for your explanations on how Iteracare charged water is helping with our health. And then, are there any friendly reminders about Iteracare?
Now, there may be some. For example, due to these different body conditions, all right? So no two persons are the same. So do not compare with others, all right? And previous unhealed or untreated pains, which may be there, but you have sort of forgotten about them, may suddenly appear or show as symptoms during treatment. There are people who suddenly felt pain in an area which they had actually no pain. And upon further questioning, then they remembered that when they were young, they fell from a tree and hurt that area. But then they forgot over time, and now that area is actually being treated by the body. All right, and then what do you call it? These reactions may appear from time to time. So always ask yourself, now why is it reacting as such? There must be a reason, all right? Normally it's a healing crisis, and all the above reactions are normal due to its healing process, all right? So now basically know your body, and you will find that you understand it better.
Okay, all right, Mr. Soma. And what are the usage precautions, if any?
Okay, now basically this device is used for external use. Of course, other than that, people are using it for charging the water. Now, if you see, there are inlet and outlet ports, all right? Now, the inlet is a mesh, a metal mesh. Make sure that it is not covered by cloth or something, and even dust, just check that there's no dust. And the outlet area is also not blocked. And what do you call it? Do not block the air inlet and outlet and inlet areas during usage. All right, and you can also clean the air inlet area regularly to prevent dust blockage. And the power cord. Now, many people, what they do is they tend to tug at the power cord, and after some time, you have start having a problem there. There's no connection because the tugging may have, separated them. And another aspect is what do you call that? While you are using the device, do not shake it vigorously, just move it slowly. Do not, when you store, there's a cushion there, people tend to lift by the edges. And what happens is the two parts which are holding together, they tend to be broken and you have two separate parts, right? So hold at the center and lift the device. And when you store, if you're using the cushion, make sure the plug head is at the center of that two chambers so that it protects that chamber from breaking or coming apart. All right, and wait for it to cool down, the heat dissipation. Wait for it to cool down before storing it, because if it's hot and you store, then it may wear out even faster. All right, and the device has got delicate crystal tubes, right, inside. So you definitely have to take a good care of them. Definitely try not to drop them, and of course, as best as possible, let one person handle it, because there are people who may be careless, and if you drop it, then there's a possibility of the glass shattering. And also, do not allow water to get into the chamber, especially when it's hot. The glass will shatter.
All right, Mr. Soma, thank you for that. And last but not the least, are there any don'ts or anything which is not recommended?
Now, basically, if you find this device, it helps practically with almost every situation. But there are cases where the company would like to tell you that it is not recommended for them, because we do not want you to run into any issues. Now, for example, pregnant women and during menstruation, all right? So we normally tell them it's not recommended for you during this period. And for those who are having acute diseases, all right? And also people with congenital heart and diseases, you have objects implanted. You might have a stent or pacemaker or even metal objects implanted, and then open wound and fracture. All right, especially if they are still bleeding. All right, now these are the issues we would like to avoid. Okay, that's all, Mr. Sam. Yeah.
Well, sorry for that, Mr. Soma. And I think all our friends on the line, we do learn a lot from Mr. Soma about the information that Mr. Soma was sharing through the process of question and answer. And I hope all the benefits or all the core information that we learned, we can share around with our friends or our distributors all around the world. And then hopefully this product can help more people as long as they still keep on using it. Also, thanks to all our friends who are still together with us until now. So hope to see you next time. Meanwhile, stay safe, stay healthy, and take care. And that's all we call it for today. Bye and see you then. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.